Hey, what's up, guys? The end times is coming. The end times is real. Don't be a scoffer. Adam here on The Bearded Prophet. I'm making some short videos in my 3-minute seminary series on the end times, the rapture, pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib. I encourage you to check those out. I want to make this video just to talk about the importance of knowing about the end times and a little bit about what is happening and what's coming. So basically, the end times is the end of the age. It's not the end of the world or end of the earth. The Bible actually makes it clear there's a new heaven and a new earth coming. The earth will be renewed and rejoined with heaven as it was at the beginning. You can look that up. But it will be the end of, human history as we know it. It'll be the end of the age in the way that we now go about life. And the Bible says, and Jesus says, in this time, some people will be like, no, the end's not coming. Where this world will continue forever. It's going to keep going. Just keep living life. And he actually says this. I believe it's in Matthew, maybe 24 or 25, in that section. I could be wrong. I have to look that up. I'm driving. But if not, maybe Mark 12. But basically, he's saying there will be people just like in Noah's day that say, there's no disaster coming, there's no flood coming, there's nothing, this world is all there is, and it's always going to be, always going to keep going. And man, they were deathly wrong. There was a tremendous upheaval and shaking coming, a global worldwide flood, and the whole earth was never the same. That's what Jesus likens it to. He says, don't be like those people. And I assure you, part of the battle that we're going to face in the end time, sure, there will be a level of persecution. There will be an antichrist. There will be a lot of weird dynamics going on. But one of the biggest ones, and we're already facing it, is this temptation to be like, that will never happen, or that already happened. I talked about that in my 3-minute seminary videos on preterism, where there's people just going, this is all history. That already took place. Don't worry, everything's fine. We're just going to live life normally, then Jesus will return and we're done. So don't give in to that. Basically, we're in this time of global upheaval. And the groundwork's already been laid. It's being laid increasingly. It's growing. It's rising everywhere. I mean, the COVID-19 events, certainly trying to make a one-world style of government. I mean, they were able to influence pretty much every country to lock down, to restrict travel, to not do these things. It went all over the world. And then they were trying to do this kind of global ID system where everyone had to get this vaccine passport and get certified. And Bill Gates, one of the world's richest men, he's been laboring to try to make a global digital ID. This is exactly right out of the book of Revelation and Daniel and the Bible. Now, they've said 2,000 years ago, this will happen. Now, I can't say if it's Gates specifically or his specific effort, but certainly he's one of the leaders funding this with hundreds of millions or maybe $1 billion or more dollars. I don't even know. The point is, this is rapidly taking shape. These people are very committed. They want this global ID system. They want global digital financial system. You may have heard of CBDG, central bank digital currencies. And that's the goal. Central banks print all the money, and they control the U.S. money supply, and most other major Western and most world nations now have these central banks. They make the currency. And there's this effort to make them all create digital currencies that will be linked to your digital ID and your digital device. Well, what will that then allow someone to do? A government can just say, click, we turn off your purchasing power. We turn off your digital currency. It doesn't work here. You try to scan it, you try to buy something, and you're denied. That's exactly what the Bible said will happen. When this global leader comes up, the Antichrist, he will cause everyone to receive some kind of mark, some kind of digital chip or implant that will then be linked to your identity and your political loyalty. And if you get out of whack or do something they don't like, they just turn off your ability to buy things. Aspects of this are already present in China. If you criticize the government, if you lose too many social credit score points, you go to buy a train or plane ticket, denied. Or they have zones set up. You can't leave this area without scanning your ID, and then the gate will open or close. And if you are not allowed out, you can't leave within 100 yards or 200 yards or however many meters of your house. It's very interesting. This stuff's already happening on a localized scale. The infrastructure's there. It's already proven. There's heavy surveillance in China and millions of security cameras, and that stuff's being built into and introduced here in the United States. Now, I don't want to simply do this to scare you. Jesus actually said, when you see these things happening, look up, for your redemption draws nigh or draws near. So the rapture and the end times is not meant to put us in fear, but we need to be educated. We need to be familiar with these things so we can understand what's happening. So I see those things happening. I'm like, okay, I know it's getting closer, but here's one of the other problems. We cannot predict the exact day or the hour. And Christians all throughout history, and particularly in modern times, have thought, oh, it's us. Oh my gosh. I mean, I remember my parents telling me, like back in the late 70s or early 80s, they had friends who were like, oh, don't go to college, or like, don't start a business. Jesus is coming back any day now. And so don't live your life. Don't build for the future. I mean, that was 40, 45, almost 50 years ago. And certainly other times in history, people were saying the same thing. So here's kind of my core takeaways in this message. Number one, don't be ignorant about these things. They're real. They are happening. They will happen. Okay, this world, as we know it, will come to an end. Human history and this age will come to an end. Jesus said at the end of the age, not the end of the world, but it will feel like that to many people. And particularly, the more your life is based on this world and just about this world, you will feel like it's the end of the world. But it's not. There's a whole nother life, a whole other world, a new heaven, new earth, new Jerusalem coming. You can read about that specifically in Revelation. So number one, don't be ignorant, but it is happening for sure. And then number three would be, don't put your life on hold. We still have a lot of living to do. It might be decades before these things come to the complete fruition, but it's not too early to start preparing yourself. It's not too early to start educating yourself. It's not too early to start noticing the signs of the times. So yes, I was disturbed by what I saw in COVID. I see the groundwork laid for digital ID, digital currency. There might be some steps I can do to kind of, make myself aware of that or a little bit prepared for that. But at the end of the day, I got to keep living my life, and so do you. Now, what can that also do for us? If you are already a Christian, if you know Jesus, learn about these things and share them with others. It is a good call for appropriate urgency. Yeah, I'm still going to live my life. I'm still going to work. I'm still going to invest for the future and build my family and do all those things. But I'm keenly aware that I need to be explaining to people, hey, this stuff's getting closer. Every day we're one day closer. Now again, is it years? Is it decades? Is it multiple decades? I don't know. And that's okay. We don't have to know all of that. But we know it's getting closer. We need to live with an appropriate amount of urgency, but not a panic and not a fear about these things and not a fear of the future. So I'm going to make some more videos. Definitely check out 3-Minute Seminary. I'll be talking about, like I said, the pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib, rapture, and some of these important things about the end times. And as always, I welcome your suggestions, comments, and feedback, as well as your subscriptions. Thanks. Hope to see you again soon on The Bearded Prophet.